Amazing people. Who inspires you? Who motivates you? When I say amazing person or successful person, what do you think of? And do you have those people in your life? Now, technically, we can all have them in our lives because most successful people, whatever you determine to be successful, have written a book or they've done a podcast or they've been interviewed, and you can learn all about them directly from them. A quick side note suggestion is that if you're going to read a biography about somebody, make sure it's an authorised biography, because there's plenty of famous people in the world that have had books written about them. A lot of them, I call them nasty books, because they're somebody else's opinion about that person. But I'm asking the question because the people that we have in our life, according to the neuroscientists, the experts, have a serious effect on us. In fact, the neuroscientists suggest, or the behavioural scientists, that the people we invest the most time with, the 5 people that we invest, spend or waste time with, and they're very important words of course, have a major influence on our life. So here's a very personal question. First of all, who are the 5 people that you invest, waste or spend time with? And what do they believe in? What are their core values? What do they stand for? What kind of values do they have as far as respect, loyalty, treating people nicely, just being great people? And if they're not the people that you want to be, it's been suggested that we be very careful about having them in our lives. The next question, of course, is if you've got people in your life that are not going to add value to your life, and you make that realization, I've got people in my life who are pulling me down, affecting the way I live my life, they're affecting my health, they're affecting my career choices, they're affecting the way I bring up my children, they're affecting my finances. There's a whole heap of things that people have an effect on. And you're going to get them out of your life, or you're going to keep them there. And it's something that, a discussion that I have with people close to me on a regular basis. And when I say close to me, people that I have in my inner circle who I respect and who respect me, people who treat me beautifully and who I treat beautifully. We often ask that question, what would you put up with? What would you be prepared to put up with? And it's interesting because in my life, and I'm very grateful for what I'm about to say, I've had hundreds, maybe thousands of people who have done horrible things to me, treated me badly, been disrespectful, been disloyal, stolen from me, just shat on me basically. And I love each and every one of them for everything that they've taught me. But one of the things that I learn every time somebody is either kind to me or rude to me or disrespectful is that I get to choose whether or not I make that behaviour acceptable. And if I have somebody that's rude or disrespectful or steals from me or tries to hurt me, they do that one time, I'm thankful for it because now I know who they are. They never get the chance to do it twice with me because I learn from my mistakes. One of the things I'm really very strong on, if I make a mistake, I love making mistakes and I'm proud of myself for having a go and I'm proud of myself for bringing somebody into my life and taking the risk. But if somebody treats me badly the second time, then that's my challenge, that's my fault. I have to take responsibility for that. And that's happened to me in the past and I won't let it happen again. So I'm very thankful for the horrible people because they teach me that they've treated me badly and I will never make that acceptable. And I'll never allow them to do it again because I won't have them in my life. So that's a really interesting question to ask, but it's a personal one, I get it. So who do you want to have in your life? The current people that are in your life, are they treating you the way you deserve to be treated? Are they respectful? Do they love you? Do they hold you accountable? Do they want you to achieve your dreams and goals? And then are they honest? And if somebody cheats on you or they're rude to you or they criticize you or they pull you down or they stop you from doing something that you're excited about, my question is always, why would you have those kinds of people in your life? The people that hold you accountable to your goals and dreams, they brainstorm with you, they force you to think bigger, they force you to think outside the box, they want you to achieve everything that you want to achieve and they help you do it. That's a good circle of influence and that's the people that I want to have around me. How about you? So there's an interesting thing, and particularly because if I share this openly, I was brought up as a Christian, I was brought up to forgive and forget. I'm not sure that that's a really good idea. Now this is just a personal thing. If you forgive and forget bad behaviour, is it possible that bad behaviour has now been made acceptable and it might come back and bite you in the bum? That has happened to me too many times now, and I don't want that to happen again. So I've learnt my lesson, and I'm not going to make that mistake again. So the people that you have in your life, and I always look at 4 things, as you know. Are they healthy, fit and strong? Do they have a career or business that they love? Are they financially free or on track to being financially free? And do they only accept great people into their life? Because to me, that is a successful life. And then those other 3 questions I always ask: what do you stand for? What are your core values? What would you die for? And I like those to align. I don't want to waste time with people that I have to argue core values with, or I have to argue respect with, or I have to argue even, I have people in my outside circle who I may have interesting discussions with about politics or religion or the way to eat and exercise. But the people that I have close to me, I don't want to have those kinds of arguments. I want to invest time with people who are healthy, fit and strong. They're doing what they love. They're financially free or on track to being financially free, because to me that shows respect for yourself, and I want to have respectful people in my life. So if that's the way you want to live your life, it's probably a great idea to do a self-analysation, my favourite word that doesn't exist, and analyse the people in your life. And remember, the people that you have in your life don't have to be people that you shake hands with, sleep with, invest literal time with. I have these amazing people in my life who I look at every day, I think about every day, because they are in my office. People who were told they couldn't, they were too tall, too short, too fat, too skinny, too old, too young, weren't good enough, didn't have enough skills, weren't smart enough, and they did it anyway. And I get really inspired by those people. And I love having them in my life to look at, to experience. They're the only books I read, they're the only podcasts I listen to, they're the only interviews I listen to. People who are living what they are preaching, living what they're talking about, living the example of healthy, fit and strong, career or business that you love, be financially free and have great people in your life. I want to surround myself with people like that. How about you?